I had actually forgot to put my music on. Sorry about that, guys. What I am doing at the moment is I have jumped into the Fnatic versus SK for the game. I'm going to bring this up in just a second. I also need to update my overlays. So while that's happening, directed camera is on. We are 15 minutes into the game already. And I, of course, need to update my overlays right now. So we have Fnatic on the right, and we have SK on the left. And where is... Fnatic goes over there. Sorry, guys, I'm just updating my overlays, so that should look about right. And you can see on the top lane, Cyanide is going to be going down to Ocelot in just a few seconds. The Karthus Requiem does actually pick up the kill. Ocelot now standing under the tower is going to now go down as well. 3-4 is the kill score. On the right-hand side, Fnatic are 3,000 gold ahead of SK Gaming. And Panky, are you with us?
I am currently having a quick nibble now. 1 second.
Alright, fantastic. Well, take your time, take your time. For everybody that wants to know what is happening, this is SK Gaming facing off against Fnatic. We are back on EU West. I believe this is round 3 or round 4. I'll get one of the admins to confirm this for me. And we are 15 minutes into the game, because of course we were watching Na'Vi face off against from Mother Russia. And at the moment, SK Gaming a little bit on the back foot. 4,000 gold difference at the 14-minute mark is a pretty big advantage. Lamia also has his Ashe, who he used to great effect at the Gamescom Intel Extreme Masters, unless I'm mistaken. Well, there comes now very, very good aggression. Candy Panda and Nif pushing forward. Lamia taking so much damage. Cleanse comes out from Candy Panda. The Ashe Arrow does lock them out, and she manages to get away. The Requiem is down from Karthus, so no global ultimate to finish off that kill. And Lamia super lucky to be able to get away from that particular kill.
Yes, I'm back. And yeah, 15 minutes in, the winner of this will go on to play. Sorry, never mind. Kevin getting ganked in mid. Steiner coming down from top to do it. XP dancing back and forth by the lane base. Wildcard's going around, and they do pick up the kill onto Kevin. Doesn't have his ult to use. And Fnatic go with the luck. And interesting to have Cyanide with Oracles this early on.
There we go. Cyanide does have the Oracles running. We also see we have Gragas in the top lane, I can only assume. As it is Shushay, and of course XPK playing that Twisted Fate, and would have most likely have been in the middle. Ocelot's playing Jax, which is really awesome to see at the moment. 5 points into his Empower, 3 into Leap Strike. As the Phage and the Vamp Scepter jumping onto Shushay, and look at the damage that he's able to put down. It's just a couple of auto attacks. And yeah, that's small. Now we do have Destiny coming up from Twisted Fate. He's jumped forward. Candy Panda gets stunned. The wild cards, slow arrows coming out from Lamia. Really great gank from XPK. 4-0-1. Stomping some authority in this game from the mid lane.
Fnatic seem to be dominating. I mean, we've only been in there for about 2 or 3 minutes, and they're just everywhere. Top lane ganks, bot lane ganks, and Nif now going really low with that stun card from XPK.
Didn't have his ultimate either, so if they had opted to carry on pushing, they would have been able to pick up a kill. Lamia now does have that Enchanted Crystal Arrow. So now we're going to have to see. There it goes out. It lands onto Dedrian, followed up by the yellow card from XPK, and look at the damage. Oh, beautiful flash from Dedrian. Managed to get him away from the Wind Slash. Now Cyanide's turned his attention to Kevin. Not going to stay on the fight, though. Moves away as Vayne comes up, and they decide to put as much damage down onto that tower as they can. And a really, really good flash from Dedrian. Jumps out of the way of the Wind Slash, but unfortunately not able to get away from the movement of the Broken Wings. The only death so far is the Jungle Riven and Gragas in the top lane.
I'm interested in what Jax is building. It looks like Ocelot might be picking up a Zeke's Herald with a Vamp Scepter and a Dagger. Or that Dagger could be going into a Trinity Force, and the Vamp Scepter is just going to sit there as a Vamp Scepter for ages, which is probably more likely.
Yeah,
but
that's what I think as well. And you see Cyanide, he is double buffed, compliments of that kill earlier onto Dedrian. And he's going to be moving back into his jungle, and I like seeing that. Riven in the jungle is a lot of fun. Double wards in this bottom lane. Both of them with a fair amount of time on them. But of course that pink ward there just to get rid of the vision. Look at how much vision Fnatic have at the moment. Complete control of that bottom lane. Completely able to see what's happening and what's going on. And it helps so much. Now Shushay caught behind enemy lines. Ocelot is now sitting in the grass. Twisted Fate's moving forward. Destiny is available. There comes the Destiny. Lands the stun card. The explosive cast push Ocelot backwards. But he managed to get away from one of the barrels. And just flashes away to safety. Shushay currently sitting on 1,400 gold. Riven on 1,800 gold. Merc Treads and that Wriggles Lantern completed. So Fnatic looking really, really good at the 17-minute mark.
XPK looking amazing. 311 CS right here. 13 CS, ability power, sorry. 158 CS and 4 kills.
Deathcap and Sheen completed.
Yeah, and Kevin, compared to the Carters we saw in the last game, not quite doing the same. Okay, he's got 181 CS, which is a lot, and it's plenty of gold come back, but he's not quite on the 6 kills that we saw in this point in the last game.
Just watching the single crit coming out from Lamia onto Vayne. Hit for a little bit over 300 damage. Might have even been 400 actually, if I read it correctly. Infinity Edge and the attack dagger. That'll be completed into a Zeal fairly soon. 200 gold away. And super, super powerful.
Look how much gold Riven's carrying. In fact, that's
look on the top lane.
He's pushed towards the tower. The Ignite's going out. He's chasing the barrel. Susha needs to get one body slam off and gets the kill. I think Ocelot realised he was dead when that actually turned and leaped into Ocelot. Into Susha, sorry.
Great pressure there. Ignite, explosive cast, and the Deathfire Grasp is enough to kill the Jax. So I like that. Jax, a counter pick for Jax, Gragas. And of course it is Shushay on Gragas, which is where he made his name as a pro League of Legends player. Dreamhack Season 1, I believe it was.
It was. Dreamhack Season 1 was Sushay playing godlike Gragas's.
Yep. Huge damage. I remember one particular combo against the Rise on the middle lane, though. Shushay's now managed to catch Kevin out. XPK's moved forward. The depth charge does knock Shushay up, so he is going to go down. XPK not willing to commit to jump in past the past Gragas, who knew Shushay was going to be going down in that team fight. I can remember there was one particular kill onto Rise at that tournament where Shushay came from the river grass, body slammed through the wall, landed an explosive clask, a barrel, and just completely melted a Rise. It's a kill that made me fall in love with Gragas. So really, really well played at the moment. Well, I say that. Gragas is 1-3-1. It's XPK and Lamia that are really doing the damage for Fnatic. And as predicted, Ocelot has finished his Zeal, as opposed to going for a Ziggs.
Yep, Zeal and Sheen. Zeal and Sheen. Phage he had for a while, and he's going to go into Trinity Force, but Cyanide's ganking in with the help of XPK to start with. He's going to fight Cyanide. He's got the Ignite down, and the red buff is ticking. Ocelot gets the slow after a nice flash from XPK. And wow, the wild card and the wind slash. Just a little bit too much. Jax will drop again.
But what great pressure. Every single time XPK has used Destiny, they've picked up a kill. I mean, for the 6 or 7 minutes we've been here, that ability comes off cooldown. They throw it out and pick up a kill, and now all of a sudden Kevin may be in trouble. Oof. Just managing to get away from that, actually. Bottom lane, Lamia and is that Logic's Fairlocks. So there's a substitute. Nif managing to pop that ultimate just to get out of way. Candy Panda has now put a lot of pressure down onto Lamia. The stun comes out. Monsoon forces everybody back. If Lamia can get some vision, maybe enough to pick up a kill. Felix from Logix is now on the way back, running as fast as he can. Gragas body slams through the wall. Explosive cast, not able to pick up that kill. A flash coming out from Candy Panda. Shushay is now the one that's in trouble. Depth Charge is going to be chasing him for a while. Cyanide flashes forward, puts the key burst to pick up one kill. Now he's the one that's in trouble. Is Requiem available for Karthus? It is off cooldown, so he's not going to be able to land it. Dedrin's now going to be moving up. See if he can catch anybody. Does pull Felix back with the dredge line. That's going to be a dead support. And goodbye, Miss Janna. One more auto attack, Empowered Strike is going to do the damage. So 2 for 2, I think, or 2 for 1.
Now, lots of kills going backwards and forwards. Because Ash died as well. But yeah, the counter assault was used right at this fight. Lamia took the brunt of that with the help of Janet. Luckily for Fnatic, the support death didn't lose an Oracles because it's on Riven.
Yeah, that is true. So it is 400 gold they saved, but they do have a fairly strong gold lead at the moment. The damage from Lay Waste is still hitting incredibly hard. Hitting for 400 damage before magic resist. Chunked off Lamia. 3 or 4 of those will be enough to kill him. The gold lead is growing. The gold lead is now at 8,000 gold. Lamia, Zeal, and Infinity Edge, as opposed to a BF Sword and Zeal only. But of course, Vayne does have the Silver Bolts, and of course hits significantly harder once we get to the late in the next 10 or so minutes, once a few more items have been completed. Vayne is just going to be able to tear faces apart. And if Nautilus and Jax are able to distract Fnatic for long enough, Vayne's going to be able to just melt the health bars of the Fnatic champions. Now, Dragon is available. Enchanted Arrow is there. Destiny's come up now as well. Gragas is pushing the top lane. Where is Twisted Fate? They are going to be moving to their top lane, so they're going to lose Dragon, but pick up the tower instead. At least they should be able to. The Drunken Rage and the Lichbane procs are going to be able to just take that tower out very, very quickly. They are going to be running into a 3-man or a 4-man SK. And let's see whether or not Ocelot's going to be able to catch anybody. Shushay moves forward. There goes the Deathfire Grasp. Stun goes out. A few more auto attacks. The Death Charge is going to knock Shushay up. Requiem is now going to go out onto XPK. He needs one more ability, one more Wildcards. Would have been able to do it. The Wildcards goes out, but it's not going to be enough to save him. Eye of the Storm plus Monsoon allows XPK to walk away, but one Lay Waste or Defile, that's going to be able to pick up the kill. The stun onto Felix, and that's going to be him going down as well. I think that was a bit ambitious.
Be a Baron.
I think that was a bit ambitious.
They have a Karthus, they have a Vayne. Okay, she's got to take a trip up to the bot lane.
The Jax as well. That was ambitious. They thought they could blow Ocelot up, and I don't think a Deathfire Grasp without any additional AP was enough for Gragas to be able to, really put that hurting down. Now, are we going to see Cyanide coming over this wall to try and steal? He does not have Flash available. He's only got Wind Slash. The Wind Slash goes out, and it's not enough, unfortunately. So close.
He went over the wall, headbutt over my, so he was not in range to land the Wind Slash. He could not hit the Baron.
But Lamia does push down the towers in the bottom lane. So even though they have lost Baron, they have not lost a single tower. And they've pushed down 6. Every single tower is now down except for the inhibitor ones for SK Gaming.
So, 10 kills to 10. 6 towers to nothing. That's a massive amount of global gold for Fnatic. And okay, there's a Baron buff on SK. So for the next 4 minutes they're going to have to be careful. The Fnatic are still in general stronger, and I mean they are 7,000 gold up, and while they don't want to take a fight while SK has Baron, I think they're strong enough to win a fight if SK were to initiate.
The key is going to be focusing down that Vayne. I think if they can take Vayne out very early, maybe Jax as well, and then turn their attention to the rest, and of course not being caught on Karthus's Defile. That's really where it's going to come from. Vayne, Bloodthirster and Zeal completed. He's going to be able to out-DPS Ashe in a fight, but of course only has that conditional stun. He's not going to be able to open up a fight like Ashe will be able to. And I think the long-range poke is slightly superior for Fnatic as well. They've got the barrels, they've got the wild cards, as well as the volleys. Opting not to contend that tower while Shushay was not there. And that's the first tower down for SK at 26 minutes. Karthus is looking a lot stronger after these last fights, though. 5-1-1. He's now managed to finish his death cap along with the Rod of Ages and is currently sitting on 871, so probably going to start walking towards either maybe a Rylai's Scepter or going for the magic penetration from the likes of not a blasting wand. What's the name of the item? Anyways, it'll come to me. The magic penetration one. So
Void Staff.
Thank you, Void Staff. I completely forgot the name of it. So 6,000 gold. They managed to pull back 2,000 with the last few kills, the tower and the Baron buff. But Fnatic's still looking very, very strong. And if XPK is able to set up a few more ganks like he has been doing, it may be enough to win this the game now. Shusha's in a lot of trouble. Deathfire Gas, Explosive Cask, melts Vayne, flashes away to get out of the range of the stun. And that was well played. That was very well played. Destiny comes out. There goes the stun onto Ocelot. Ignite is out. Body Slam does not land, however. Jax is now going to turn the attention onto XPK. And with the Requiem damage going out, that might be enough to actually take a Twisted Fate out. Ocelot's got the stun. That's going to be 1. And the XPK does land the yellow card to pick up the kill in reply. So 2 for 1. But wow, that Requiem damage was huge. Requiem currently hitting for 817 damage. 817 damage.
I knocked Carthus for not having so many kills when we joined this game, but wow, has Kevin picked it up. He's up to 5-1 now. Okay, he didn't get the kill onto either of those in the top lane there, but he turned that fight so far back into Ocelot's favour.
It was absolutely huge. I could not get over just how hard the hit points got lost from CF and Gragas. But then again, it is a lot of damage. Now, Cyanide's been wearing this Oracles for at least 15 minutes. So he's really getting his money's worth from this particular, elixir. And in reply, Nif on the bottom lane, or Nif from the bottom lane, is going to be running around with the Oracles as well, counter-warding. So there's the vision for SK at the moment. Just 3 very, very timid wards. Fnatic on the other side, just a couple around the Baron buff, which has now worn out from SK. And they've turned their attention to this bottom lane. They want this bottom tower. What are Fnatic going to do? Are they going to counter push and try to go middle for an inhibitor? A whole bunch of blue pings coming out from SK and a lot of aggression. It looks as though SK are recalling.
This push is ridiculously quick. Look at the wave play you've got. XPK, Suche, and then Lamia on the towers. Look at this tower. It's going to melt. It might even be dead before the SK get back to him. The inhib's going to be safe, but Fnatic don't need to worry about that.
So really well played by Fnatic. Opting, you know what? If SK want that tower, they can take it, but we'll take an inhibitor if they decide to go for it. And of course, SK opt to fall back, meaning they don't even pick up the tower, but they lose 1 in reply. So that increases the gold lead once again by 1,000. Lamia has now leashed this dragon buff, or dragon rather. And now they've turned their attention to dragon. Destiny is available for XPK. And they're going to see that he's missing in just a few seconds. Here come the fall back pings. Fnatic are now falling back, and SK are the ones that are now doing the push. Ooh, sorry, I lost control of my mouse there. Now, the wave clear from Gragas and from Ashe, they should be able to hold off these creeps. But if SK commit to a fight, there goes the explosive cost. They're just using the ability to defend. Twisted Fate, can he take down the tower before SK get there? Yes, he can. Very, very easily. And they've managed to catch... Oh, almost managed to catch Karthus out. Karthus recalls. XPK may even been able to pick up this inhibitor. He's activated Destiny. He started to use Destiny, and he gets away. XPK. Wow. What a play. What a play.
That was huge. That alone was a massive Fnatic now. They can sit back. They can wait. The Baron will be respawning somewhere in the next 2 minutes, long before the inhibitor does. And, well, SK are going to have to play this really smart to not give away this next Baron for free.
Of course, top lane's going to be pushing naturally thanks to the super creeps. Middle lane, there's no turret, so anytime XPK decides he wants to backdoor, if he can get full vision on the SK lineup, he's just going to pop Destiny, backdoor that inhibitor, and fall back. Allow mid lane and top lane to push, and they've just got free reign of the map. They do not have to worry about where they go. They don't have to worry about... pushing the lanes, because the super creeps are going to do it for them. A great, great play by XPK at the moment. I believe this is the round of 16. Let me open up my Skype and see if Mr. Admin...
Is, yes.
It is round of 16. So the next game will be either SK Gaming or Fnatic against Absolute Legends, and I believe that's going to be the round of 8 quarterfinal. So
yes, that too.
We've already got a massive game here, and we'll be moving straight into another one for everybody that's joined us. 16,000 viewers on stream. This is, of course, the Dreamhack qualifier. We will be... The top 2 from EU West and the top 2 from Nordic and East will qualify for Sunday's qualifying games. And it's only the winners of the top 4 for Sunday that actually qualify for Dreamhack. So, 8,000 gold now. Baron buff has respawned. Fnatic have started to put some wards down. Cyanide still rocking that Oracle's Elixir.
Look at XPK. Look what he's trying to do. He is waiting.
Yep.
Waiting till they see the entirety of SK in and around that Baron trying to stop Fnatic. And he's going to go in and take out the second inhibitor. That's all he's doing.
Now, Vayne is sitting in the spawn, possibly to defend. There is not enough vision from Fnatic. They don't have any vision in the blue at the moment, in the blue jungle. So, they don't know what's happening. And XPK, he's just chilling. Gragas Shushay is baiting just a little bit. I think they know there's some wards there. Trying to pull some vision, trying to see where is SK. And XPK would have seen Candy Panda. XPK should be able to blow up Candy Panda as well. The amount of ability power he's got, the gold card and the wild cards. It should work, but you know what? He's chilling. He's building a tent.
Go card it, wild card it, Lich Bane, Zhonya's. As soon as he comes back out, he should have another wild card and a Lich Bane proc, and that'll be Candy Panda dead.
And you know what? You know what frustrates me? The entire time XPK is there, this entire time we're discussing that, the second he decides to leave is the second Vayne runs up in front of him. So, so unlucky. SK Gaming have now started Baron buff. There goes the ward, so we know where they are. Immediately falling back. Destiny has been used. Is XPK going to opt to jump forward? That is the real question. Destiny was used. He has not. Oh, he has jumped to the middle lane. So he's moving up for Baron. They know Vayne's missing. SK are just terrified. SK are completely timid. But I suppose you have to be. An exposed, two exposed inhibitors. And the tower killing ability, or inhibitor killing ability of, Twisted Fate's XPK. Tossing out those wild cards. Blue buff is running out. That is it now out, or off rather. Shushay going to body slam away. And we've just got a standoff. We've just got the standoff. Neither team willing to commit to something that's going to cost them the game or cost them a match, And Fnatic, it's their game to lose. The situation they find themselves in, it's their game to lose right now.
Yeah, and they know they're, I don't want to say weaker in these team fights, but they're certainly having a tougher time because of the way Carthus is right now, and Vayne. The game's gone on this long, those two are ridiculously strong, so they don't want to straight up fight, which is why they're instantly pulling away when they see Nif.
Which is so frustrating, because they could have killed it had they stuck there for just a few more seconds. And look at the damage. Nif opts to use his ultimate, does get locked up. Nasha should be able to kill him. The last attack does actually kill him, take out Nif, so that's a lot of crowd control that's gone away. Cyanide now moving forward. Dedrian does get stunned up by the gold card. XPK does pop the hourglass. Ash is sitting in the background doing as much damage as he can. Requiem is finally going to be used now. 2 for 2 so far. That's going to make that a 2 for 3. Twisted Fate is down. And of course the Destiny was not used. So Shushay, he's on the run. He does have his abilities up in a few seconds. So if he can catch Candy Panda, it may be enough to pick up a kill. Ocelot will be able to take him out though. And exactly like you said, in a straight up team fight, Carthus and Vayne deal too much damage for them to handle. And they can't actually win I don't want to use the word fair team fight, or for 5v5. They have to try use this backdoor strategy. They have to try catch somebody out. A carry, somebody like Vayne who's not going to come back. And then carry on fighting from there. And that's the first Oracle's Elixir down for Cyanide. And in reply, Felox has picked it up on Janna.
Ocelot and Vayne, the two left up then at the end of that fight for SK. You can see just from that, okay, Fnatic are way ahead in gold, but that Carthus and that Jax do way too much damage. And if the fight is prolonged, the true damage from Vayne's going to hurt as well. Fnatic needs something quick, concise, and over. And to be honest, SK are way too strong for that to happen now. So as you say, and they've got a backdoor, and they've got to get XPK down and around the bottom half of the map, which is exactly where he's going. And now that both the inhibitors have respawned, SK are going to feel a little bit safer.
XPK should be able to blow up one of those inhibitors very, very quickly before anybody's able to get back. But whether or not he can take out the second, that's going to determine whether or not it's going to be an effective push. Now we do have a 4 versus 5. XPK may He may just stick to this push on the bottom. There goes the engagement. Cyanide is instantly blown up. Twisted Fate is now pushing down the bottom. Jax is calling back. So they're going to take out, so that's all of the turrets down. SK are going to stay on the Baron buff. Whether or not somebody's going to be able to steal it. Jax has jumped forward. XPK is in a lot of trouble. The Requiem should be able to shut him out. Requiem damage has been negated, but Jax is just continually hitting him there. Destiny is used, so XPK gets away. Baron buff picked up by Ocelot. A tower for Baron, and now having to play defensive. Now Fnatic are looking shaky. Now Fnatic are looking on the back foot. SK are going to be able to pick any fight they want, even under the towers, even under the turrets. And unless a sneaky backdoor actually takes place from a couple of Fnatic players, I think SK have got the better lineup right now. And a long-range dredge line pulls Phylax all the way back. A couple of auto attacks from Candy Panda, that completely melts Janna. Tumble and a few more attacks from Lamia, almost picks up Lamia, but she actually manages to pick up the kill onto Nautilus. I didn't even see how that happened. Must have just been turret damage. Now Nif is the one that's gone down. And for the next 50 seconds, this is Fnatic's opportunity. They have to push. Jax is going to be coming in for this fight. Let's see what happens. The stun gets missed. Now Shushe is running away. Shushe is going to go down. In the background, Ashe picks up Vayne. Oh, but Karthus and Jax are still alive. They need to try push. No inhibitor. No, Destiny is available as well, so I wonder if Twisted Fate's going to push forward. Ocelot's now diving onto Cyanide. Lamia putting so much hurt down with those Ashe arrows. Kevin has now moved forward. The stun goes on to Kevin, so Kevin's down. Requiem is going to come out. Will it be enough to kill XPK? No, XPK jumps forward. He finishes Ocelot. Wow. Non-stop action. Fights after fights. Cyanide and XPK now rushing forward. Nautilus has respawned. Vayne will be back in 25 seconds. Do they have enough time to take out an inhibitor?
I don't think they do.
Nautilus
and Nif have got a fair bit of damage and CC between them. Without Lamia being that far up the map, they do have the damage to rip through that inhibitor in the 10 seconds they need, while you've got those two being as annoying as possible. And then Candy Panda's up like now, and you do not want to push against that Candy Panda right now.
And look at what Ocelot's managed to pick up. He's finished his Cutlass, and he's picked up a Warmogs. So he's going to be dealing even more damage. Once that Cutlass is finished into the Revolver, I assume we're going to see the likes of an Atma's Impaler. And if Jax gets to that point with a Revolver and an Impaler, I'm very worried for Fnatic. 40 minutes in, 6,000 gold is not the biggest difference. Yes, it's a fair chunk. But when you look at the gold numbers and the gold, across the champions, Karthus 15,000, 13,000 Vayne, 11,000 Nautilus. There's not huge differences between these champions, even though it is 6k in total. So I'm interested to see exactly what's going to be happening with these the item builds, especially on Ocelot. If he finishes a Gunblade and then an Atma's, I think it's GG. Especially when you consider Vayne now. She's finished her Banshee's Veil, and she's also picked up a Giant's Belt, so that might or will most likely work towards a Frozen Mallet. I can only assume. And of course the on-hit slow from the likes of a Frozen Mallet, that's immediately going to increase the amount of damage and the amount of utility that she can actually offer. So that's Destiny that's now been used. Twisted Fate. TF is going to be moving. Immediately Candy Panda is recalling. So let's see what XPK can do. This is going to be one inhibitor going down. The rest of SK, Vayne is the only one that's recalled. One inhib down. Is XPK going to be able to do the next one before Vayne can take him out? A few more attacks. He does have the yellow card up, but it's not going to be able to go through the Banshee. Oh, it does actually go through the Banshee's Veil. Wild cards was used, followed by the stun. Stun card is available again. Another one. That's very, very good. He's also got the Hourglass. All of a sudden, XPK actually picks up a kill onto Candy Panda. This might be another inhibitor. And wow, in the background, Karthus actually goes down as well. Now SK are in troubles. Ocelot's committed to a fight against Cyanide, but there's a 4-man Fnatic. 2 inhibitors down. XPK's taking out the 3rd inhibitor. Is that GG? Is this the GG push? Stun card goes out into Dedrian. That might be it.
I don't want to call it. SK is still really strong.
This might be it. 3 versus 4. 4 at the moment. Twisted Fate has gone down. We've got 3 exposed inhibitors, but there are no super creeps. So it's going to come down to whether or not they can hold these turrets. XPK may have single-handedly won this game if they can turn it around. 20 seconds is what they've got to stall for. They've caught Lamia. Lamia's now on the back foot, does have Guardian's Angel. Now there's a few creeps moving in, still no super creeps moving into the lane. They've turned their attention. 15 seconds. Where's your money, Panky? Where's your money?
Depends how long. Candy Panda's up in 5. Carter's up in 5. SK can keep enough health up. Nippy's dead. That's not going to help. But the next turret's going to drop. Carter's staying there up. Ocelot's going to lead a charge. It's a good stun out. Candy Panda's charging in with his ult up. Ocelot's going to drop though a little bit too soon. Kevin in the middle of everyone. They're chasing Fnatic out.
Fnatic really get away.
Inhibitors and wow. Carter's channeling is up to good measure. Will it grab anyone?
No.
Not even close.
So 3
now,
naked inhibitors.
Sushay's ult split them up in that fight. They may have been able to kill a couple of people earlier on and actually end the game there if he hadn't landed that where he did. And in fact, if he gets caught out here, he's going to help throw the game a little bit more himself. So Sushay not doing that one right. And while XPK has just taken down 3 inhibitors and he's got SK locked in their base now for the rest of the next 4 minutes, I believe it is, that inhibitors are down. I wouldn't say single-handedly won the game. The fact that they got those Nexus turrets down was so much to do with how they picked off Karthus while they chased SK back through the lane. If Karthus had survived and walked back into the base there, that would have been a completely different fight. But because they managed to pick off Kevin before they got there, they had free reign of the base, took down the 2 Nexus turrets, and, well, SK, hearts in their mouths.
Yeah, I completely agree. Had that explosive cast not pushed everybody away under the double turrets, if they'd managed to pick up 1 or 2 more kills, it could have been a dead Nexus. Now the question is, what do Fnatic do now? Do they wait for the inhibitors to respawn and then do another backdoor to try and win? Do they try push in with super creeps? Because of course all of these creeps and all this farm is just going to give SK more and more gold, but it does mean a free Baron.
Now, Fnatic take Baron, they wait for Sushay, they all go into the SK base and pressure, get as many creeps in there as possible, get as close to the Nexus as possible, then flat out ignore SK and nuke down the Nexus. They have so much damage mixed in with XPK, mixed in with Lamia, mixed in with Gragas.
Here it comes, there goes the Destiny. They've jumped straight onto Ocelot. Are they going to be able to catch him though? The Ash Arrow lands perfectly. Now Jax is down. 5 versus 4.
That's got to be game.
This has to be game. Let's see whether or not Karthus and Vayne can pull off something magical. Kevin eats a wild cards in the face. Takes off a lot of his hit points. Now they push forward. There goes the explosive cast. They push forward onto Candy Panda. The depth charge goes out, knocks up a few in the background. Shusha is going to be the first one to fall from Fnatic. He does get pulled backwards, but Vayne is down in the background. XPK finishes off the Nexus. And Fnatic knock out SK in today's Dreamhack qualifier. XPK, Twisted Fate. Wow. What a great game.
I'm going to have to say it, I am glad we dropped in to spectate that game.
Really, really great play. So here is the final scores. XPK on Twisted Fate 9-4-6. Lamia and Ash 9-1-9. There's not much more to say, to be honest. So we'll have a look at the damage graph really, really quickly, just as it is one of my favorite ones to look at. Clearly showing you where the damage comes from Fnatic. So for everybody that's jumped in, we will be watching Fnatic against Absolute Legends up next. That is now going to be the quarterfinal game, so that is the round of 8. Myself and